It is the nation's birthday, and D.C. is getting ready for a series of flyovers as well as a massive fireworks display to mark the holiday. The air show, which is set to begin around 6:30 in the district, will include flyovers from Air Force One, fighter jets, bombers, and helicopters. It's going to end with performances by the Navy Blue Angels and Air Force Thunderbirds. According to the National Park Service, all access points to enter the mall, watch the fireworks, are now open. Again, the fireworks are scheduled to go off at 9:07. WTOP's Ken Duffy is out in the thick of it. He's joining us live now on Skype. Ken.
Jenny, the big story is how many people will show up for this event. There are the scheduled flyovers and fireworks, but many wondering how many people will be here because we're still in the middle of a pandemic. COVID-19 is still out there. D.C. Mayor Bowser not happy this was going to happen, saying that people should not show up. The people we have seen here are mostly from out of town. We have people from Alabama, California, Tennessee. We spoke to a couple from Michigan. Most not wearing face coverings, by the way, that are being handed out for free if you want them. We finally talked to somebody who's from this area, a man from Arlington, who kind of gave us a perspective on how many people were here last year. He says there are far fewer than there were last year, looking at the northern edge of the reflecting pool where people are kind of taking the shade before the event starts. But there may be a few hundred people on the National Mall, which is a far cry from the more than 300,000 cloth coverings they have on hand for the expected crowd, the crowd they expected here. But Jenny, the event is about to get underway this hour. We'll see how many show up tonight for the fireworks.
Thanks so much, Ken. Of course, we're going to circle back to you. The protests are also continuing on this 4th of July in the district. Demonstrations for racial justice occurred all over the city today. Among the protests, a sit-in for black women that took place at the Supreme Court to bring attention to racial inequality among both men and women.
Here down at the steps of the Supreme Court were over 100 people gathered for a peaceful sit-in organized by Howard University and UDC law students. They are encouraging people to hashtag #NoHurt2 in reference to the popular Save Her Name hashtag that trended in response to black women who have been affected by police brutality and violence. A motorcade with the lead motorcycle waving a Trump Make America Great Again sign passed by with more than 30 motorcycles. As they passed, one of the organizers said, "We will not be intimidated. We will not be silenced." Earlier, the dean of the UDC Law School, Renee Hutchins, spoke about continuing the fight for justice and equality for black women, even though the protests at Lafayette Square have dwindled. And HU law student Imani Robertson sang the Black National Anthem, lifted her voice and sang to officially kick off the program. Andrea Cameron, WTOP News.
Another protest took place at Malcolm X Park this afternoon.
Justin Dawes is the co-founder of the organization DC Protests. He says today's protest in Malcolm X Park is intended to take back the 4th of July.
The cops are killed, Breonna Taylor is still not arrested. There's still not enough reform in the police system.
He says the protest is also in response to President Trump's 4th of July celebration. Other organizations also supporting their efforts include the Equal Justice Fund Initiative and Bartenders Against Racism. It's an event he says is about putting safety first while exercising their
We
rights.
sanitize everything, clean everything. We understand there's a pandemic going on, but there's also another pandemic going on that is racism. We have to take care of both of those things at the same time.
Melissa Howard, WTOP News.
Reflecting on our freedom and on service. Celebrating Independence Day. 103.5 FM. WTOP. Never miss a moment.
Stay with us. Coming up after traffic and weather, what to expect if you are still planning on heading to downtown D.C. tonight. It's 6:07.
In the fight against multiple sclerosis, people battling MS need all of us now more than ever. Through virtual Walk MS, we come together for people affected by MS in a powerful new way. While we may not be gathering in person, our community has never been stronger, our passion never more evident. Join me, Dave Johnson, for virtual Walk MS, because in times like this, and always, we are stronger together. Visit walkms.org to learn more and find out how you can show your support. Thank you.
6:08. Prevent the spread of viruses with Michael & Son's germicidal UVC. Go to michaelandson.com. Now to Steve Dresser in the WTOP Traffic Center.
Jenny, good evening. We'll start off in the district. It is very slow on the northbound side of I-395, crawling over the 14th Street Bridge into the district. Of course, the closures are in place. You cannot access lower 14th Street as you come off the bridge. The freeway actually is in decent shape in both directions, but a reminder, part of those closures over on the westbound side of the freeway after the 11th Street Bridge and 7th Street, traffic forced to the left. You cannot access Main Avenue from that westbound side of the freeway. Rock Creek Parkway, of course, closed south of Virginia Avenue. Check out all the closures on our page at WTOP.com. We'll give you the latest. Otherwise, in the district, crash activity being reported on the southbound side of DC 295, approaching Eastern Avenue. Single lane does get by, no other issues we're finding on I-295. In Maryland, on the Capitol Beltway outer loop, the ramp to go to the northbound side of the BW Parkway. Earlier crash activity cleared, no delays over on the southbound side on the Parkway. Montgomery County, Beltway pretty quiet in both directions. No issues we're finding on 95 or I-270. At the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, currently we have 2 lanes heading eastbound, 3 going over the westbound span. No problems in either direction on Route 50. WTOP reporters are driven by Fitzgerald Auto Mall. Thousands of used cars and trucks at fitzmall.com, so you can travel safely in your own vehicle. That's the Fitz way. Visit fitzmall.com. Steve Dressler, WTOP Traffic.
And now to Storm Team 4 meteorologist Mike Stanford.
Hot and muggy across the region as we go through the evening hours. The atmosphere is a bit unstable. As a weak front comes in, we will see some widely scattered thunderstorms. Not everybody will see a storm, but any storms that do develop may produce some damage and wind, some hail, also some frequent cloud around lightning. The good news, the storm should end by sunset, so we should be okay for fireworks tonight. Later tonight, fair and muggy, lows upper 60s to mid-70s. Good deal of sunshine on Sunday, another hot, muggy day with a few late-day thunderstorms and highs will be in the 90s. On Monday, a little change, lots of sunshine will stay hot with some isolated late-day thunderstorms. Highs low to mid-90s, and for Tuesday and Wednesday, don't see much change. Hot and muggy with a few afternoon evening thunderstorms. Highs Tuesday and Wednesday will be in the 90s. I'm Storm Team 4 meteorologist Mike Stanford.
And right now, 89 degrees in Baltimore. It is 87 in Washington, D.C., 88 in Waldorf at 6:11. Monticello in Charlottesville, Virginia celebrated the life of Thomas Jefferson with an online 4th of July ceremony this year. Shifting festivities online, the primary plantation of 3rd President Thomas Jefferson held its annual Independence Day celebration virtually. D.C. Chef Jose Andres talked about the current Black Lives Matter movement, tying it into the nation's history.
We know that too many black men are being killed by our own police.
Spanish-born Andres talked about the importance of immigrants and how he believes the government sometimes fails those who are different.
The people that are supposed to take care